Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 2019 Ferrari Monza SP2. Now, production began in 2019 with 499 units to be produced between this and the SP1 version at a price of 1.58 million euros each, and that is before any options are made. And yeah, the SP1 is a single-seater variant where a canopy covers what is the passenger area on this version, which makes it the SP1 45 pounds lighter than this SP2 version, but outside of that they are the same engine, same drivetrain and same style. So yeah, they are both done in a low slung carbon fibre bodywork style that is a speedster, and it's supposed to evoke the kind of classic post-war speedsters in the 40s, 50s and 60s, like the 250 Testarossa or the 166MM. And yeah, I think overall this looks really rather fantastic, and it's one of the few Ferraris that actually looks good in black, especially with those red seats and the blacked out wheels. And yeah, its interior is really rather Spartan, as you'd expect. Got little scissor doors on either side, and yeah, there's really nothing on the passenger side outside of, I think, some aircon. But yeah, really rather Spartan. But then again, this side of the car is usually blocked off with the SP1, so I doubt they would have wanted to put too much time into designing anything on that side. We'll get a look at the engine in a minute. But yeah, as you can see, it's got Monza SP2 written on there. And yeah, again, really rather Spartan inside. You've got some buttons and controls in the centre part, but on the whole I'm not a massive fan of the way that the centre part is fixed off from the passenger side. It doesn't look particularly comfortable if you've got broad shoulders or anything like that. But yeah, you've got a decent amount of buttons. You've got aircon, you've got traction control. I think you've got some what looks like raising the car up also. But yeah, overall it's basic as usual with Ferrari. You've got a lot of the buttons on the actual steering wheel, which again I've never been a massive fan of. But yeah, overall still really decent interior. Now, it has no windshield, it has no boot. It's, yeah, certainly got no rear seats. And yeah, let me just get the door closed. It's a bit skew-if doing that. But yeah, what it does have is a massive engine with a lot of power going for it as well. So yeah, it's a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 engine, producing 799 horsepower and 530 pounds-feet of torque. Now, that was up until 2021 the most powerful naturally aspirated V12 that the Ferrari had ever made. Been superseded now by only about 21 horsepower though, so it's still a huge amount of power in a naturally aspirated V12, especially one that is only rear-wheel drive. And because it's you know, not going to roof for much in the way of amenities, it only weighs 3,503 pounds, which is substantially lighter than other powerful rear V12, you know, Ferraris, say the GT4 Lusso for instance, which weighs about 700 pounds more than this. So yeah, I'm overall impressed by this car. So let's get out onto the open road and see what it can do. Right, so here we are at the drag strip. We're going to see how quick we can go until we get hit the speed camera, and then we're going to go around the track for a couple of laps. So let's see. So yeah, as you'd expect with nearly 800 horsepower and not much in the way of weight, acceleration is pretty quick. 0 to 60 in 2.988 seconds and 0 to 105.487 seconds. Getting to a top speed of 237, and we manage 167 there. So yeah, it is pretty damn rapid. So yeah, on a performance level, this is pretty damn good, and yeah, because it's got so little in the way of weight in comparison to so many other Ferraris, and obviously the you know, the centre of gravity is really rather low as well due to having no roof. Its handling is pretty damn good as well, as we'll see once we get to the track. Yeah, it's also a pretty fun car to drive as well. You can slide it around at will, and it manages its power really nicely as well. Yeah, to see what it's really like, let's get on the track. So yeah, as per usual, going to rivals. We're in S1 class with this car. We'll look at the stats quickly. So yeah, 8.6 speed, which I guess is no surprise, but the braking and handling, as you can see, is really, really good. 7+ on each front there. Launch is fairly good as well for something that has a huge amount of power and only rear-wheel drive. Acceleration doesn't look as good as it is, but it is generally better than that, and no surprise that the off-road ability is not that great. So yeah, let's see what we can do around this track. I'll give you a listen, let you listen to the engine for a little bit as well. But yeah, I do have a few complaints, but we'll get to those in a minute. But yeah, as a driver's car and no doubt a track toy, which is probably what this is really going for, this is yeah, well up there with the best of them, quite frankly. So let's see. I'll let you listen to the engine for a little bit, and then we'll talk about it some more. Yeah, as you can see, it revs really highly, nearly 9,000 RPM, which is, yeah, pretty much a full-blown race car kind of level of rev limit. And yeah, that's pretty much where this car's going to be at home at, is on the track, because I cannot for the life of me see anyone thinking that they can go, feeling confident and not embarrassed at all about driving something like this out on public roads, because you would look a bit of a pillock, quite frankly, and a really rather rich pillock as well, because obviously it costs a lot before even options, and it's not going to be a cheap car to run or insure or anything like that. So I can't imagine that this will be much of a day-to-day kind of driver car, or even a Sunday driving kind of car. It's purely going to be something on the track, and on the track this is going to excel, because yeah, like I said, it's got very little weight in the way of weight. It's got very low centre of gravity, just a no roof, and yeah, it handles really rather nicely, and it's able to use all of that power because it's not weighing all that much either, and despite being rear wheel drive, it's able to manage that power as well. Now obviously you can slide it out if you so wish, but yeah, it's able to handle that power beautifully, and yeah, got really nice turning on it, and yeah, while you're driving it, you can also admire how it looks. Obviously only in game, but still, you can admire how it looks. I like how the rear brake light wraps around the car. It's a really nice look. I like the two, what are obviously roll there as a roll cage, but yeah, still I like the I don't know what you call them, the pods, I guess. But yeah, I really like the look of those, and I like the fact it's got 4 exhausts. It's got a little bit of a front splitter going on at the front, and yeah, it's just a really rather nice looking car. Not a car I'd like to be seen out in public, but when you've got a racing helmet on and you're bombing it around a track, this is going to be, yeah, an absolute joy to drive, and it's a really joy to drive around on this track as well. So yeah, this is part of the Car Pass, released today, 16th of December 2021, and yeah, it's another rare Ferrari, granted, another a second one in a row, but yeah, as far as rare Ferraris go, this is well up there with the best. And yeah, as a track car, I prefer this to the J50, but in terms of driving out on the open road, I do prefer the J50 overall, just because it's a bit better looking and yeah, a bit more fun to drive. But this, as far as serious track cars go, is great, and yeah, really glad that Ferrari have done this. I know that other car manufacturers have done their similar kind of speedster body styles. I think it was McLaren and Aston Martin have also done them, and hopefully we will get them at some point. But yeah, I really do like this, and yeah, it's going to take quite a bit to beat this car. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.